Oh, let's go.
This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
He was a giant, and he was a cowboy. Now these two former rivals have joined forces to bring you the most insightful, perceptive, and controversial sports talk podcast in America. Former Dallas Cowboys defensive end Jim Jeffcoat locks horns with former New York Giants wide receiver Byron Williams. And now, here's Byron Williams and Jim Jeffcoat.
Good evening, Byron.
Good evening, man. I was trying to see if I can get loose for the waddle, but I don't know.
No,
Just
you don't have
up a little bit.
You don't have any shake. You're kind of stiff. I didn't want to say that on the show and everything, but you are. So
Well, I'm gonna try to take some dancing lessons. So I'll just go take some dancing lessons.
Fortunately, your grandsons have your wife's skills. That's why they're so athletic.
Man, my youngest grandson scored 3 touchdowns this weekend. The other one scored a couple of extra points, and one played for the Houston Oilers. The other played for the Kansas City Chiefs. So they thinking they already in the NFL. So I ain't even posted none of their stuff on Facebook because I don't want to make their head big. So
oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. But hey, we're here to talk about football and great week of football. Great week of football. I remember that you picked the LA Chargers to beat the Cowboys. What happened?
Well, they just couldn't quite pull it through. It was a good game, though. Real good game. It could have went either way.
It could have. It really could have. But it didn't. But
I think that Prescott, he played his best game.
I would agree.
And I think overall, the Chargers is missing just a little something, but they've been in almost every game. That's what I love about the Chargers. It's hard to beat. Hard to beat.
From my observation, this is what I saw.
Okay.
First of all, Austin Eckler, who is a very good running back, but he got beat up in the before the game, in the pregame. He got his helmet knocked off in the pregame, and then they commenced. He only had, I think, less than 37 yards.
He won a factor not in the game. I think that must have got him all off base. You know, he'd been out on injured reserve anyway.
Yeah,
definitely. They had his number. He couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, Mike Evans is the real deal. He's a very good player. I mean,
yeah. Allen.
And I tell you who else is a good player is the Everett kid.
Oh yeah.
The Everett kid, I thought he played well. They didn't use the receiver from TCU, Quentin, is it Johnson?
Johnson, yeah. Quentin Johnson.
Never used him.
Right.
And this is really, honestly, I don't look at a lot of Chargers football, but I think that Justin Herbert, we may have gave him, too much because he didn't look very good. He was off target. He usually be on target, but he was off target. He admitted that himself. He said that he was off a little bit and kind of threw some high passes and so forth. So he had Duron Bland fell down and Mike Evans was wide open, and that would have changed the game. And he missed a couple of them.
Yeah, he did. He overshot a couple of passes and threw a little. He was off target. That's unusual.
He gets sacked on the second to last play, and then he also he throws an interception to Gilmore on the last play.
Yeah.
This guy has thrown 13 interceptions in the last quarter, the fourth quarter, and that's 5 more than anybody else in the NFL has. And here's the thing that I guess I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Prescott would have done that. It would have been, everybody would have been on all the talk shows and tell you how terrible he sucks. He should be, why is he the quarterback for the Cowboys? But this guy, they got him going to the Hall of Fame already.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny that you said that, because last week this guy told me, said, "Man, what you think about Prescott? We need another quarterbback." I said, "Man, first of all, I'm not on we team. I'm not on damn Dallas Cowboy, so I'm not on we team." So I said, you know, it's just one of those bad games. It's hard to play the 49ers in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, but they were just on point. They were racking up some points last week. The 49ers was, but you know, you're gonna have a bad game. So
yeah. But here's the thing I'm getting at. Jalen Hurts leads the NFL in interceptions with 7.
Yeah.
And nobody's telling them we need to get rid of Jalen Hurts or we
Yeah.
need to fire him. That takes a lot of pressure. A lot of people talking about how terrible he is. And then Brock Purdy didn't play like Brock Purdy, but they make the excuse for him. Well, Deebo Samuels was hurt. And also McCaffrey.
Chris McCaffrey.
Like you said, these things are going to happen in the game.
Yeah. And that's really when you can see how good they are, because you can make the adjustment without your main superstars in there.
Exactly. And I'm not, making.
But I think San Francisco could have won the game. He missed an easy field goal.
Yeah, he did.
But it's Cleveland Brown, man. It's tough to play up there. I don't care who they playing, but you better be ready to play Cleveland, because they got a defense. They're gonna be coming at you.
Defense is like, I think, second ranked in the NFL.
Right.
Number 1 against the run.
Right.
But the most impressive thing I've seen is Williams, the offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Was playing against Myles Garrett, and Myles hip tossed him. Do you realize that nobody's done that to that guy? And
you know what? I saw him talking after the game, and I always check out Myles anyway, but I saw that they really had a lot of respect for each other.
Oh yeah,
and it was a battle all the way through the game.
Yeah, it was. And Williams very rarely gives up pressures.
Mm-hmm.
And Myles got after him. He didn't get any sacks, but he kept pressure on him.
He did, man. He was rushing. He was bull rushing. He was using all his swing techniques and things like that. But I was watching that game. I saw a little bit of that game, and it was a really good game. Really good game.
Yeah, I watched the majority of the game. But Kittle, remember what he did to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Did he even play?
They didn't call his name one time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And their defense, I tell you what, the running back, Dearness Johnson, he played for us in the AAF. He goes all the way back when we were in Orlando. That kid is pretty good. Nobody knows it, but he's a good football player. And Cleveland can run the ball.
Cleveland's known for running the ball. That's what they do. I mean, they got 2 good running backs that
the running back they re-signed.
Hunt. Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt.
So they brought him, and then Amari Cooper. When I talk about a number 1 receiver, that's what number 1 receivers do.
Well, one of the things I like about Amari Cooper is, like, for instance, when he run a slant route, he make the defensive back turn his hip the opposite way, and then he come back up on him, which gives the quarterback adequate room to throw in that lane and throw in that alley. And that's what I love about it. He's patient with his route, and he's gonna give the quarterback a good target to hit.
Yeah. And I thought he played outstanding.
Yeah.
He played really well.
Yeah.
And they did all this with PJ Walker, another XFL guy.
Right.
Not even there. They don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to be back this week.
Yeah, he got a shoulder problem and
potato cuff.
But PJ just as good as Deshaun to me, right? Up at this point, I mean, Deshaun hadn't really showed me that all year, really.
Yeah, interesting that you say that. But they played good.
PJ, by him going to the XFL and having experience in these other leagues, and he been at various different teams, I think mature wise, mental wise, I think he's getting it. I think he's calm and he's collective, and he's playing confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Playing with confidence.
Yeah, he looked like it too. But it was I thought that was probably one of the games of it. And then the big game, Philadelphia against New York.
Yeah.
Nobody anticipated that. There was a guy in Vegas who parlayed it. He picked I think he picked Philadelphia to lose.
Mm-hmm.
He picked Cleveland to lose, and it was somebody else, but he won like over $100,000.
Oh, okay.
So that was, and you would have never expected Philly to lose to the Giants or the 49ers to lose to them. They both were on the road, though.
Yeah.
They both were on the road, so that makes a difference. It's hard to win on the road in the NFL.
Well, yeah, and that's what I like about this week. It was a lot of the low-scoring games. The defense is stepping up, like you were saying earlier. Defense is really playing good football, and now you got these offenses now. Only game that was really high-scoring game was the Jaguars and the Colts.
Yeah,
37-20.
Yeah,
but
yeah. And speaking about the Colts, the Anthony Richardson, like I said, his style is he's not ready for the NFL. He's out for the season.
Yeah, he's out for the. Yeah,
he has to have surgery on his shoulder.
Right. Yeah.
So it's the Gardner Minshew show.
And that's why I'll be telling a lot of guys, when you first go into the NFL, it's you got to get adjusted to it, and it takes some time, and that game is so physical on that level.
I agree. And what else? They were quite Tampa Bay against Detroit. Detroit proved how good they are.
Right.
Detroit is not I was shocked. I thought Detroit. I picked Tampa Bay. And I thought that I got that multi-screen, so I watched them. And Detroit is really good.
Who did I pick last week?
You picked I think you picked Detroit.
Yeah, I did. I think I did. Yeah. Yeah, Detroit, man. It's you just got to take your hat off to Detroit, man. It's just I think it's them from the top to the bottom, from the head coach and to the quarterback. I mean, right now they just got everything going the way that, fundamentally, they don't make mistakes. They play good physical football. And so you got to take your hat off to Dan Campbell.
You really do. And they are playing well. This might be the best Detroit team in our lifetime.
One good thing about that is exciting to watch. And unless they can stay healthy and keep everything going, it's exciting to watch them.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
Battle, the Rangers have won the all postseason.
I got the
Rangers. What the Rangers are doing?
They just started.
Oh, okay.
They just started, and I wanted to make sure I could give you the score update because I know you live in Arlington.
Well, I live in Arlington. I'm a big Ranger fan. I should have my Ranger hat on. So.
Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan, but that's because I grew up in that area. But I admire.
Well, it's time for the Yankees to take some time off. They need to rest their players. They usually go to the playoffs.
Well, they resting them. But I think the Rangers have done a good job, and it's 0-0.
Hey, you know what? It's always about the skipper. I'm telling you.
Yeah, this Bochy is really good.
Bochy got.
Well, we're gonna find out today because he got.
Bochy is 67, and what count the other skipper is 74, I think.
Yeah, Dusty Baker.
Yeah, Dusty Baker. Yeah, Baker.
Yeah,
74.
So it's gonna be a good game.
They just go to show you, man. You need some mature-minded people around you sometimes.
You really do. You look at it, but sometimes they got to understand this generation because you see it in football. with Bill Belichick, as opposed to, if you have obviously the personnel, but also you got to understand what makes these guys tick.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of them, Andy Reid has figured it out.
Andy Reid got a manuscript that he can send. Some guys can leave and he can come in and replace. And then, in fact, Andy Reid traded back for the receiver from the Jets.
Mecole Hardman.
Yeah,
yes, he did today. But here's my question to you: who do you think is the best team in the NFL right now?
The best team, I would say, it's close. I would say Miami is one of the teams that really hard to beat. Now you still got to say the 49ers is up there, 49ers, and then maybe the Eagles. So those are the top three, in my opinion.
Yeah. But the 49ers, not the 49ers, the Miami Dolphins went to Buffalo and they got beat pretty good. What, they give up 50 points?
Something like that.
So I think that hurt them. Philadelphia, obviously.
But how many people go to Buffalo and win?
That is true. But here's the thing I'm saying is that last week Buffalo lost at home.
No, they lost over there at the pond.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, at the pond. They beat the Giants. And then we can talk about that a little bit. Tyrod Taylor played really well. But this goes to my point about Saquon Barkley. They play better with Saquon Barkley on the field.
Yeah. And
that's just it.
Because he does multiple things. He catches the ball well out the backfield, and you got to keep your eye on him.
And it's the same offensive line that they had
with Daniel Jones.
Yeah. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones is a bad player. I'm not going to sit here and
Tyree Taylor, he know better to let the time run off right before halftime.
Exactly. Yeah.
So he did a couple of things that I think he wasn't glued in on. Huh?
I agree.
So
Tyree Taylor, believe it or not, had a winning record at Buffalo before he went to the Chargers.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not a bad player.
No,
and he's a good, manager of the game. So, but the Giants, what I love about them, they are so close, and they can easily be 3-3. Easily be 3-3.
But yeah, I agree. But they
I met a guy today. He had New York Giants stuff all over his car.
Sneaky, what's his name? Sneaky Pete?
No. This I met him at the car wash. And I said, man, guess what? I said, I used to play for the Giants. His eyes got so big, right? So I showed us some pictures and stuff. He said, oh man, you need to come to, we have a big old party. And guess what? When the Giants play, we're gonna be in lot 12. I said, yeah, me and Jim Jeffco going to the game. Yeah. I said, I'm gonna come over there and holler at y'all. I'll take the picture with y'all. So he said they're gonna be in lot 12. So I told him,
oh my goodness.
Man, these guys are fanatics, man. Some guys are fanatics.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
He had flags and bumper stickers and his license plates and NY. I said, what's your name? He said, they just called me New York.
I can see that.
Yeah. I just had to tell you that because they were like funny, man. It was today.
Well, there's quite a few New York Giants fans here.
Oh yeah, it's growing. It's definitely growing.
Yeah. And speaking of fans, how about the Houston Texans? Would you have ever imagined that?
I never would imagine that. They play good football.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
the defense.
They have their defense is really good.
Their defense stepped up, and the Saints, man, they was tagging them.
Yeah.
I mean,
they knocked out their 2 tackles for this week, and their backup tackle, and they knocked out the safety from Kansas City. I can't remember. He played at LSU.
Oh yeah, Honey Badger.
The Honey Badger.
Yeah, they really played good. The previous 2 years, they was close in a lot of games. Really,
the quarterback CJ Stroud. That is impressive to be a rookie and doing what he's doing.
He threw his first interception this week, but he was like he been having some
He's been playing really well.
Yeah.
And he might have been. I don't know over the extended period of his career if he's going to be the best, but he's starting like
he was my number one quarterback out of college. I just simply put it that way. He was just he just had so much upsides.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it was some good games. The game I watched too was the Cincinnati game.
Mm-hmm.
I
I told you Cincinnati will win it
against the Seahawks.
Yeah, and you picked the Seahawks.
Seahawks should have won that game.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
But it's just something about playing in Cincinnati. It seems like the referees always mess up on their whistles. some get stuck in their whistle. They see something, huh?
But Joe Burrows is playing better, and he's getting Jamar Chase in it more. And T. Higgins was back.
Yeah.
And they got 3 receivers. They got one more receiver that's pretty good.
Their running back game is bad. They didn't do.
You think so?
They didn't do too much.
No.
Nielsen, he didn't do nothing.
But there's a lot of teams other than obviously the Philly didn't have the great running game this week. Yeah.
Yep.
How close to Sunshine is to being a top 5 quarterback? Trevor Lawrence. What's your opinion on that?
I like Trevor Lawrence. I've been a fan because I know Doug Peterson real well. So I just think he's gonna be close to the top 5 right now. I'm saying he's about 7 or 8.
Well, first of all, we got Mahomes, who's in his own league.
You got Mahomes,
and then who do we have after that?
I think Josh Allen got to be.
You think so?
Josh Allen's.
He's not playing.
He's in the top 5. I know he's not playing, but right now, Tua is like in the top 3.
You think so?
Tua, he's in the top 3. They are leading the league with 400 and some yards a game, 37 points a game. That's what they're averaging in Miami.
You got 3. Who's your number 4?
Oh man. I'm trying to. I like Burrow though.
Joe Burrow's got to be there.
He got to be there. He got to be in the top 5.
Justin Herbert.
I like Justin Herbert, but he's been having some off games lately, but he definitely had the potential to be in the top 5. Justin Herbert. But Tua, you can't say enough for him what he's doing in Miami with the points that they putting up. They're 400 some yards a game. Man, that's outstanding. So, I don't see, man. Trevor Lawrence can be sneak up there.
Yeah, is he better than Jalen Hurts? I know Jalen Hurts.
No, I don't think he's better.
He's thrown 7 interceptions this year.
Yeah, I just think Jalen Hurts
is a good point. As Geno Smith taking a step back.
I think Geno Smith. I think I don't know what happened when they went to Cincinnati this week. He seemed like he was off. And like I said, I watched that game, but he wouldn't. It seemed like his timing was off or something.
Cincinnati plays good at home, though.
So you got to play well to beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati for sure.
Yeah. Cincinnati plays good at home, so that's not there. So Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if he's a top 5, but he's a top 10 quarterback. That's hard to say.
I think he's in top 8. He's just depending. They scored 37 points this week.
Yeah.
And you know what? I did pick the Jag last week, and I got Jim picking the Colts.
I did pick the Colts.
Yeah, that's what
I know.
I just want to say that.
Yeah, I did.
But me and you picked Cincinnati. I don't know why you said I picked Cincinnati. Me and you both picked Cincinnati.
Did we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm looking at the results from last week. Now, me and you both picked the 49ers.
Yeah, and we picked Philly.
And the Browns, yeah.
And
we picked Philly. Yeah, we picked. Me and you both picked New Orleans. We were wrong on that.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't believe Houston. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That rubbing it in, Byron. Sometimes you have to rub it in every now and then.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'll get to the picks later, but that is a good question. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is a top 5 quarterback. Like you said, he's maybe a top 8 or top 10.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Because here's a guy that nobody's talking about.
Who?
Playing Jared Goff.
Absolutely. That's Jared what I was.
Yeah.
You have to get him his kudos, man. He's have done well. And he's been up there and everybody thought he was gonna, be a failure going to Detroit. But he have really been the opposite.
And I'm happy for him because they didn't treat him right with the Rams.
Yeah. When they lost that Super Bowl with him, they wanted to trade, blah, blah, blah. And all he been is just a good football quarterback.
Yeah.
Kudos to him.
Yeah. I agree with him. And Stafford is a good quarterback, but my thing is that he was on a team where he got a lot of stats, but has he won on a consistent basis? Even in the Rams, he hasn't won on a consistent basis. He had that 1 good year.
Yeah.
He's got 2 really good receivers.
He got some receivers.
Yeah.
He has some receivers in Detroit.
But it's going to be interesting, yeah. Can the Colts contend with Minshew at quarterback? What is your
I think so.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they will. I think Minshew is a good backup, but that's why Jacksonville got rid of him. You have some good questions, Maurice.
But I think they're not too far off with Minshew leading the charge for them. I think if the defense can play some good sound fundamental football, I think it's gonna be hard to beat the Colts though.
Yeah, and the score is 1-0. Houston. Houston just scored.
Oh, Houston just scored.
Yes.
Houston always come to Arlington for some reason. I think they like the water here or something. They play well. I wish all the games would have been in Houston because I think they relaxed at home. But man,
yeah,
the Rangers gonna pull it out though. That'll be all right.
Yeah. But back to football and talking about just like you had said, there was really good games. When you look at the games last week, it was pretty impressive. The whole NFL, because every game was competitive.
Every game was good last week.
Scores.
Even the first game of the week with the Chiefs
19-8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Ravens that's a weird team.
The Ravens.
Yeah. I know they beat the Titans. But
they was over in London. Yeah, they was over in London.
They were over in London.
Yeah.
But the Titans, they're trying to trade Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Well, they need to probably trade him.
And then they got Malik Willis starting this week in front.
Yeah, because he limped into the locker room.
Yeah. And you picked Washington over the Falcons. I think I picked the Falcons.
Yeah, you like the Falcons.
But no,
it's Washington.
I picked Washington.
Huh?
I picked Washington, I think.
I didn't write it down. Dang it.
I know I picked Washington because I thought, and I like the Falcons, but they haven't. Now they're on Ritter. But,
well, all you gotta do is just lose a couple of games like that. I mean, they was in that game.
Yeah, I think I made the mistake here. The Vikings and the Bears. I think I picked the Bears on this one. I
Jim
know
picked the Bears. Byron picked the Vikings. I can
Yeah.
put it right there.
Jason is happy and Rick is happy that the Vikings won.
They 2-4.
Yeah, 2-4. I'm looking at some of the games. The Panthers were up 14-0 on Dolphins, and then Dolphins came back and beat them 42-21. But
You know, sometimes you give a team a couple of points before you play them. You know, you just because I forgot how they used to call that. Well, we're gonna spot y'all 14 points.
yeah,
That's what happened. Spot them.
and then the Raiders and the Patriots, which was a little kind of. I thought the Patriots would play better, but the Raiders obviously they're 3-3.
Yeah, it was 17-21, and but you always got to take your hat off to Belichick. He's still highly respected, and he still got a way of getting through his players.
Yeah, and then Rams beat the Cardinals 26-9.
26-9.
And Cooper Kupp and the other one, the other receiver, and Kyron Williams, but he's hurt. He's out for a while.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. Now, here's a question on the Eagles-Jets. We haven't really talked about that. Do you agree what the Eagles did at the end of the game, letting the running back score, Breece Hall?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think it would have been smarter for Breece Hall to get to the 1 yard line and just fall down so they could run more time off the clock?
That's what I would have coached him to do.
Yeah.
Just don't go in for the score. Just go ahead and fall down on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to teach you. That's coaching your players up.
Yeah.
But don't let them score. I mean, if you let them score, then but I knew exactly what they were trying to do, get the ball back.
Yeah, I know. And then obviously we talked about it. The Lions beat the Buccaneers 20-6. The Lions. I have to admit, I've been a big Thibodeau fan, but this Hutchinson is really good.
Hutchinson plays.
He might be better than Thibodeau.
And then last week he got that interception. You see him catch that ball?
Yeah. He might be better than Thibodeau.
He got hands like Jim Jeffcoat.
Yeah, shoot. He's going to go for some of my records on that. But that's what shocked me. I thought Thibodeau, but something ain't clicking.
Thibodeau had, I think he had 4. He got 4 sacks now?
Does he have that many?
Yeah, because they had 1 sack, and then I think after the 4th or 5th game, he up to 4 sacks. I think.
Yeah.
I think he got 4 sacks for the season.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
But what I see they doing with him, they put him on the right side. Sometimes they put him on the left.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're trying to play him like Michael Parsons.
Yeah, but the only problem is that Michael Parsons plays off the ball, so
yeah,
he's really, a linebacker size.
Yeah,
I tell you, it was really good for them is that Marquise Bell. He was a free agent from FAMU or Florida A&M, and he made the team. And he never played linebacker before he got to the NFL. He was a safety. He's only 208 pounds.
Wow.
And he's the one who made the play down on the goal line on the running back. It wasn't Eckler. It was the other running back. Oh, no, it was a receiver. And he prevented them from getting in the end zone. They didn't score on that play.
Yeah.
So Marquise Bell, he got the game ball. But, yeah. So let's get to this week's games and talk a little bit about them. The Jaguars are the Saints on the Thursday night game.
Thursday night, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Saints at home. I think the Jaguars just got a little momentum. The Saints seem so out of sync.
Yeah, they do. And they got a lot of injuries. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars.
You go with the Jaguars?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jaguars. And I think they'll play better than the Saints.
Well, I'm going with Who Dat Nation because they played at home.
Yeah.
And they've been so close. I think Alvin Kamara gonna have a game and a half.
And there's another one. I think his name is Trayvon Walker. He was the overall #1 pick. and he might not be as good as Hutchinson.
I'm putting this down. Saints for B. Dub.
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars.
Jim going with the Jags.
The Raiders at the Bears.
The Raiders at the Bears. I think the Raiders they trying to push a wild card bid.
Yeah, they're gonna be 4-3 after this because I'm going
Bears.
with
The Bears don't have Justin Fields.
Huh?
The Bears don't have Justin Fields, do they?
No, they got some guy from Shepherd College.
Yeah, so I'm going with the
Raiders.
Raiders. Who you going with?
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Okay.
And Las Vegas goes with the Raiders -3. So
yeah. The Bears just they might be trying. I don't know who they trying to. Who would they pick in the draft today?
Well, they don't have a first round pick, right?
They don't. They might get
more.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they.
Wouldn't Carolina have the 2 first? Oh, you're right. I think you're. I don't know how it worked. Either Chicago or one of those guys have 2 first round picks, Chicago or Carolina.
Well, they don't need no quarterback.
I think Chicago has 2 first if they keep playing the way they are.
Wow.
Because didn't Carolina trade up to get Bryce Young? I think
Yeah, seemed like they did.
So they got 2 first round picks.
Yeah. So
who would the Bears take? They would have to say, "Hey, Justin, thanks for the memories. You got to go." If they're going to take Caleb Williams or the quarterback from North Carolina.
You know the quarterback from Washington. I watched him, Peppers, whatever they pep. Hey, he looked pretty good.
I think he's got a quick release, but I was told.
But you know what's good about him? He a lefty.
Yeah, Penix.
Yeah, Penix.
I like him.
He's a lefty, but
I like him, but somebody told me he's not going to be a good NFL quarterback.
Who told you that?
A friend that's on the show with me.
Well, I think I watched him. I watched him real close. Man, he was throwing that ball in there.
I agree with you.
I think the next level. I think it just depends on who's going to be his coach.
Yeah, he has a quick release too.
Yeah,
he's a big joke, but he's had some injuries now. I think he tore his ACL twice.
Yeah, I think so.
But he's got a quick release.
Yeah,
he's not going to be as mobile as some of these quarterbacks.
He kind of reminded me of Michael Vick with that left side, throwing that ball on the left side.
He did a great job against Oregon.
Oregon, that was a good game. I watched that game. That was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. The next guy is our next teams are the Browns against the Colts.
And the Colts at home.
It's at Indianapolis.
I think the Browns are gonna be hard to beat.
You think so?
I'm going.
Now here's the thing: the Browns are 3-2, and the Colts are 3-3.
Yeah, I'm going with the Browns.
I'm going to stick with the Browns. I think PJ Walker's going to get it. It's the battle of the backups.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm going to go with the Browns.
The Brown defense just right now is on fire. They look really good.
The next game is the Bills against the Patriots.
Patriots at home.
Yes.
12 o'clock game.
Yes.
I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah. The Bills got a big spread, 8.5 against the Patriots. That's a lot of points.
They ain't had no offense. They haven't done.
No, Patriots have struggled, and then losing Judon and Christian Gonzalez has really hurt them.
Yeah.
So they haven't really played it. Here is the game of the week. I'll be watching.
Detroit?
Nope. Washington against New York.
Well, you know the Giants going to win at home.
It's going to be a tough game. But here's the thing.
Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Washington. But also, hey, there he is. My man, I was wondering where he was at.
What's up, Jason?
Jason, we're going to get to them, buddy.
Ain't nobody talking about them Vikings.
Vikings play the 49ers this week.
How about 2 in a row and that's it for a while?
Yeah. 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 He's nice to young ladies, Jason. Nicest player in the NFL. Oh boy. I'm not gonna get on Kirk. Hey, did you see the Chargers, the lady that was going crazy berserk for the Chargers?
Yeah, I saw her.
You saw her? Well, you know what, Jason? She is a Vikings fan too. And she was all painted up with a Vikings jersey on and the colors.
They even talked about her on ESPN.
I know. They invited her on there.
Ain't that a bite?
Yeah.
I don't have to get on ESPN myself.
Yeah. So you're picking the Giants. I'm gonna pick Washington.
I got that down.
But I was gonna say what I was gonna say is the quarterback.
The Giants been roll off by 5 or 6 games in a row.
But our producer did make a good point. The Giants played well against Washington, and the quarterback has been sacked more than anybody else. He gave up 5 sacks last week. So I think I'm gonna go with the.
I already got you down for the Commandos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington on this one.
Yeah, I forgot. I got you down for the Commodores.
Yeah, but I think the Giants are gonna give. This could be the Giants. Wouldn't shock me if they win this game.
I think the Giants are get ready to turn that boat around.
Okay, here's the next one: the Falcons at the Buccaneers.
I think the Falcons they'll shot their water. I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. I'm gonna go there. Here's probably another game of the
week. They let the Commanders beat them last week.
The Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens.
Game of the week.
You think that's the game of the week?
I think Detroit gonna lose this one.
You think so?
Because they're on the road back to back. I'm in the Ravens. I'm leaving. I'm going with the Ravens.
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
Okay.
Detroit's 5-1, 3-0 away. The Ravens are 1-1 at home.
They 4-2 for the season, right?
Yes, they're 4-2.
Yeah.
But they don't play like a 4-2 team.
There's something missing with them, but I'm going with the Ravens. I think they're gonna have a good complete game.
Here is a good game. This is an interesting game. It's going to be more Steelers fans there than Rams fans, and it's in LA.
Oh yeah.
The Steelers are 3-2, but the Rams are 3-3.
I think the Rams are ready to go this year.
So you think they're going to beat the Steelers?
Oh yeah.
The Rams not going to have their 2 top running backs are out.
I'm going with the Rams.
Interesting. I'm going to go with the Steelers. I don't know why I should go with. I'm thinking because they don't have a running game.
Well, they don't.
The Rams. And neither does the Steelers, really.
Oh, I'm saying Steelers ain't done nothing all year running.
The Cardinals versus the Seahawks.
Seahawks, they were so close last week. I don't think they'll lose to the Cardinals.
I think you're right. I think I go with the Seahawks. Here's an interesting game. Green Bay versus Denver. Now, let me ask you this.
Green Bay.
Huh?
Green Bay. Where they playing at?
And Denver.
I'll go with Denver there.
Wow.
Who you go with?
I'm going to go with the Packers. But here's the thing is Russell Wilson is not playing bad. He's making some things, the fumbles, but there's nobody really. His receivers are not playing other than Sutton is playing.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy is not playing that well.
Jerry Jeudy is like he's lost in space somewhere.
Yeah. He's worried about what Steve was his name? The one who used to play for Carolina that got on him last week.
I think Steve. What position he play?
Wide receiver.
Oh shit!
Little guy. Well, he got on him, and they were going. He
Oh,
wanted
Steve. 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 Shit, I forgot to think Steve. Yeah, I know you're talking about. God dang, I can't think of Steve. Steve, dang.
Well, he got on him last week before the telecast, and Judy wanted to fight him.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm going to go with the Packers, but I think Russell Wilson is not the whole problem there. Although their defense did play better last week, Denver's defense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with them. The Chargers. Steve Smith. Yeah.
There you go.
The Chargers versus the Chiefs.
Man, the Chiefs at home too.
But here's the thing. The Chargers play the Chiefs better than anybody else in the AFC West.
So if the Chiefs loses, it will definitely be a win by the Chargers because somehow they just match up better.
Yeah, for whatever. I don't think. What do you think of the Chargers secondary?
They suspect to me.
I think so too.
CeeDee Lamb had a field day. He had 117 yards on him.
Yeah, and I was watching the coverage. They were playing a lot of cover two, which those deep safeties. The safeties were really deep, and they were letting them run. They didn't press. That's what got them in San Francisco.
Yep. So I'm going with the Chiefs. Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but I like I said, that's another one I probably should take a bet, go out on the limb, but I'm going with Chiefs. I haven't won but one, so I got to get going.
You're in last place, Jim. Just say so. Just say, I'm in last place.
I'm struggling right now, but I'm about to come back.
You the comeback kid?
Yep. The Sunday night game is the Dolphins versus the Eagles.
That's gonna be a good game.
Philly's got a minus 2.5 at home. So that's
It's gonna be it might be a showdown.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who I really want.
I really want the Dolphins to win, but I think the Eagles are gonna win.
You picking the Eagles?
Yeah.
I'm picking the Dolphins.
You picking the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Wow.
Know why?
Why?
Because they got some firepower.
They do have some firepower.
427 yards per game, 37.2 points. I'm going with the Dolphins. You going with the Eagles?
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles are going to lose 2 in a row.
I don't see why not. Jalen Hurts ain't been really playing like I mean, it's
7 interceptions.
But
nobody's really talking about that.
Yeah.
That's kind of unusual. That looks like you're going to throw an interception. They talking about him. Michael Parsons actually talked about that today. Why did they treat that way? And,
well, because he's on America's so-called team, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
He was in the playoff. I mean, the Super Bowl last year.
Whatever that mean, American so-called team. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. You said it. I didn't.
You always say y'all American team.
I didn't say that.
You ain't never
I
said
can't
that.
help if America loves the Cowboys. I didn't make it like that.
Oh.
They either love them or they hate them.
Okay. All right.
They either love them or they hate them. That's just the reality of it.
All right, Jim.
But I'm going to go with the Eagles. Now we got the 49ers versus the Vikings. Where is Jason at when we need him?
49ers are mad.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the Vikings. I feel sorry for the Vikings.
McCaffrey is not going to be 100%.
No.
And who knows with Debo Samuels.
If they had Justin Jefferson, I would give the Vikings a chance.
Yeah. And then actually they played pretty good last week, the Vikings.
They scored 19 points.
I think
they looked pretty good.
Kirk Cousins said he is not going to waive his no trade clause.
I don't blame Kirk Cousins. Get some money.
Yeah.
Vikings are 2-4, huh?
There's going to be an upset, but it ain't going to be the 49ers and Vikings, I wouldn't think. And
Yeah, it'd always be a surprise. So,
yeah.
You think it's gonna be a surprise this week with that game?
No, it's going to be. I think the Chargers and the Chiefs have a chance to be a surprise. More than that. You like the Dolphins, and I like the Eagles on this. Well, I don't like the Eagles. I just picked them.
You know, that's real funny that the 49ers had to go all the way to Cleveland last week. And then they
that is weird, isn't it?
Then they turn around this week and go back to the Vikings.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Who made these schedules? That's kind of different.
Well, the Cowboys, think about it. They were in San Francisco last 2 weeks ago. Then they were in LA. And now they go and play LA again, but they play them at home. After their bye week. So that's
Jason talking about when the sky darkened and America turned on their TVs. All bets are off when I.
Jason, I can't believe you said that, my man. No, I done corrupted Jason, my buddy. He knows that Kirk Cousins, as soon as the skies get dark, Kirk Cousins is done.
Man,
oh my goodness,
Kirk Cousins gonna turn around the season on y'all.
Oh, Kirk Cousins can't win at night. He is afraid of the dark.
They played a Sunday night game?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is no chance for
I'm going with the 49ers.
He's the nicest guy. Lindsay said he's the nicest guy.
But you know what? Kirk Cousins do make good commercials. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, my goodness. As long as they're in the day. If they're at night, forget it. He ain't going to make good anything. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The teams that have a bye week are the Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, Jets, Panthers, and Texans. So,
yeah.
But here's a couple things I know we don't have that much time. I think the Cowboys watching them, they got to get another back. I think Pollard is a good change of pace guy, and he made a great play on that catch. But he is not a – did you see Zeke Elliott ran a 74-yard touchdown? They called it back on a penalty.
Well, you know, Zeke just seemed like to me, Zeke just would have been – he just fit the Cowboys.
They got to find a complimentary back to Pollard.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They say that line is good, but that center got beat up pretty good.
Yeah.
That game. And I don't know, Tyler Biaz.
Yeah.
Biaz. Looked at it. And then the kid from Crowley, North Crowley, the offensive guard, he didn't play as well as he's been playing.
Yeah, he had some penalties. Yeah.
But here's the thing that just talking about the NFL, what we used to say to our players was when I was coaching the NFL is you're either allowing it or you teaching it. And I'm sure not allowing or teaching some of these penalties.
Yeah. And
I've lined up off sides. But all you got to do is look at the ref, line up, and make sure the ref gives you that thumbs up. Am I on side if I have problems?
It was a couple of offsides that they didn't call either. You can see it on TV.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is that. And then they had guys lined up in the backfield on offense, and there's too many penalties for the Cowboys right now to be an elite team, and they got to get that resolved.
You know, and it's no excuse for wide receiver to be in lineup offsides or either be in illegal motion or any kind of movement.
Yeah,
that's unheard of. You know how to see that back in the day.
Yeah, and you know how it is. The Houston Astros are up 4-0.
Wow.
So Mad Max didn't show up. But,
can't come home. I guess the Rangers can't play at
home. No, they took the Scheisser who's been hurt. So
dang.
So that makes sense that they're going to struggle a little bit. But what was I going to say is that the Giants has just got to get on a winning streak. They got to beat some teams, and they can do it. But it's hard because, like I told you last year, they might have been in a position because they didn't have to play this schedule. They played a tougher schedule this year. And it's going to happen to Cowboys. The Cowboys are going on murderer's row these next couple of weeks after they get off the
We're going to find out what color the Cowboys or what road the Cowboys going to be on.
Exactly. And I agree with that because they got some tough teams.
Yeah.
You know, they play the Rams, but after the Rams, I think they play Philadelphia.
Well, you know, really, if you look at the schedule now and the way these teams are playing and with the injuries and, you know, you got like all these injuries with the quarterbacks, some of the quarterbacks. So some of these teams that we thought were going to lose some games, they're going to win some games.
Yeah, somebody. And you're right. The injuries make a big difference. And it's interesting with the Eagles. They started off fast and they didn't have a lot of injuries. Now, all of a sudden, Lance Johnson, they're going to play. They didn't have Devontae Smith didn't practice because of a hamstring.
Yeah.
And things like the little things.
And just look at the 49ers. Look at the 49ers. Look, I mean, if you just look at these different teams, it's a lot of injuries out there now.
Yeah, and that's very true. That's very true.
That's why I hope the Giants can wake up and win some games.
Yeah.
Hey.
And they might, because you don't know. And like I've always said, it is a sprint, not a marathon.
Absolutely.
And it is. You know, some teams get hot at the
But let me tell you something. When you got the ball inside the 5-yard line right before halftime, you got to come out with some points.
Yes, you do. I agree. And the Giants should have came out with points.
Yeah. Little things like that. Just little simple things can put you over the top.
I agree 100%. But you know, the problem with they got to get the offensive line fixed. Those receivers have got. Waller got held on that play. Waller got held, and that would have been a touchdown.
They should have called that play. That was definitely pass interference in the end zone. In the end zone.
And you could see his jersey getting pulled. So
that's why I'm saying some of these referees, we got to find better referees.
Well, I think the speed of the game is getting so fast.
Well, we got to take it to the replay. What
we have to do is get an extra referee on them.
You got to do something.
NBA, when they had problems with it, is they put an extra referee on the court.
Yeah.
Because the game is speeding up. So, all these open sets and, you know, all these wide receivers that can do amazing things, but there's a lot of things you miss. Because they are letting them grab a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, grab, but man, you have to be fair on your calls.
I agree.
That was obvious.
I agree.
On Waller in the end zone.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
But yeah, it's been some good football though. I'm liking it. I
just can't wait till that Philly-Miami game.
What do you think about Roger Goodell getting that extra signing?
He's 64 years old, and he'll be the commissioner until he's 68.
Yeah, 2027. Yeah,
I'm not a big Goodell fan.
I'm not either. They letting him stay too long.
I agree.
We need to change the site.
You know, they're telling the NFL Players Association they're changing, and we got Goodell there, and he makes $70 million.
Man.
And they talk about the quarterbacks.
Well, that just goes to show you the owners are taking care of him. So they love him.
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them.
Yeah, some of them do. I like the majority of them do.
Allen out in the Raiders don't like him.
Oh, no.
Jerry Jones don't like him.
No.
So, yeah. But you know what the time it is.
I think that Waller is getting close.
The Waddle.
What's up, man?
Club now. Cats really know how to do less. More like your cat. Try Outstretch by Fresh Step. Absorbs 50% more and lasts 50% longer, so you can change it less often. Outstretch.
What the heck?
That's the all-time pick leader right there on picking teams.
Yep. Oh my goodness. It's time to go.
Thank you, Matt. You made my night.
I'm
going to dream some giant dreams.
All right. And I'm going to dream, well, Cowboys got to bye. So I'm going to dream some Buffalo. All right.